Hello, movie friends. Welcome back to the show. James and I are happy to be here discussing the latest week of film and TV industry news.
So happy to be here.
And I sense some sarcasm.
I'm super happy to be here, man. I'm juiced up. I can't wait to talk about it.
It was actually a pretty interesting week, and also box office wise, it was very unique because we have not the top two movies. One was a re-release, and the second place movie was a movie that came out 3 months ago. So the box office, it was another week showing. Like we were talking about last week, August seems to be just like a slow part of the summer.
Fall time, like August, September, everyone's getting back to work. Everyone's like, oh, I don't want to go to the movies. It's too hot.
Going back to school.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So Spider-Man No Way Home, more fun stuff. The re-release of No Way Home.
Is it really that much more fun?
It must be. It's got to be. It's in the name.
I mean, what, they extended 10 scenes? Just a couple more quips?
No, they made the credits longer. And actually came in first place this weekend with $6 million showing for... That's pretty good for a re-release for a movie that already came out this year. So Marvel's back on top.
Top Gun doesn't have to re-release.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick is back in second place with 4.5 million.
Still in theaters. Yeah. No re-release, no extra fun stuff there.
It's already jam-packed with fun stuff.
There's so much fun stuff. It's never gonna leave theaters.
So Top Gun Maverick, when did it come out? In May, and it's second place now.
It's September.
It's September.
That's the longest run I can think of in the last couple of years.
In recent memory, I can't think of anything that's done this. To be making $4.5 million and it's fourth month of release.
In modern box office and modern movie theater experiences where usually it's just the first couple of weeks.
And on top of it, it's already released digitally, so you can buy it at home.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
People are still going to the theater. It's amazing.
It's nuts to see Top Gun.
It's this word of mouth. Everyone's telling everyone that they know it's the best movie ever.
And you got to see it a few more times in theaters.
In IMAX.
Hell yeah.
At third place was Super Pets with 4 million.
Sorry, I'm so silly today.
He had his factor meal, so he's feeling good.
Had a good workout, ripping the kettlebells. Got my soda.
Then we got in fourth place Beast, Idris Elba's film, with a respectable 4 million for its third weekend. It's doing pretty good holdover-wise. The Invitation, last week's new release, came in fifth place this week with 3.8 million. I heard mixed things about that movie from a few friends, so I'm not sure I'm going to see it.
The title itself is odd because the horror movie called The Invitation came out 6 years
recently,
ago. So I'm surprised they went with the same title.
Yeah.
I feel like for a lot of people, didn't that already come out?
But this one has vampires.
Oh, yeah.
So it's different. It looks like it's Ready or Not with vampires.
Gotcha. The other Invitation horror movie is great.
It's really good.
I highly recommend it.
This one in sixth place, Dragon Ball, is still doing pretty well, 2.7 million. It's at 40 million domestically, so that's very good for the film. And then Thor, Love and Thunder came in seventh with 2.4 million box office. So kind of lackluster. We get two old movies from earlier this year dominating.
It's nuts. Getting into our news, The Rings of Power debuted on Thursday. We did a review yesterday of the first 2 episodes, recap, review, reaction, all bundled into one. Check it out. We gave our honest opinion about the show. It's pretty solid opening, but I think there are some things that we wish they were doing a little differently, but super excited to see where that goes. Tonight we have The House of the Dragon episode 3.
I think it's going to be a big one. Cannot wait to check
that out, and there'll be an episode and recap and review of that on Tuesday.
I haven't watched the trailer yet. I don't want to watch any trailers for any of the episodes.
And even though the trailers, they're kind of just at the end of every episode, they have like the
little teaser
peek. It's for the entire season.
So
rather than
gotcha. I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
And movie news: The Pale Blue Eye released its first image of Christian Bale. This is one that we've been talking about, our anticipation for this movie from Scott Cooper.
Scott Cooper, yeah,
coming to Netflix. It'll come out in January, starring Christian Bale. And it's a great look. It's going to feature, he plays a detective.
A Victorian-era detective.
He'll be working with, what's his name?
Edgar Allan Poe. As his assistant.
Solving a murder.
And so this is going to be theatrically released in December for Christmas. So we're going to see it then. So this looks like it's Netflix's big Oscar contender this year to release it on Christmas week and then go on Netflix for January. It looks like they might be priming this up for Oscar season. And I think Scott Cooper is, without a doubt, one of the most underrated and untalked about American directors working today.
Absolutely.
This might be his big splash. Everyone likes Crazy Heart, but this might be it for him.
Out of the Furnace is phenomenal.
Out of the Furnace, nobody saw it.
We saw it.
Oh, I love Out of the Furnace. It's so good. Next up, we got Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. The trailer is finally out for the rated R killer Winnie the Pooh movie, fan film basically, and it looks hilarious, very bloody and gory. It's like this young couple goes upon, like, finds like where the animals used to live, and like, but no one's around, and Christopher Robin abandoned them, and now they're just killing people. It looks hilarious.
How are they able to do this? Public domain.
Yeah.
The properties, it's over 100 years old,
Yeah.
so now that anyone can make anything about Winnie the Pooh.
So when you want to adapt something that was written, it has to have 100 years before you can do it for public domain. Otherwise, you have to buy the rights to it. But yeah, anyone can do, because anyone can make a movie about a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
It's centuries old, so it depends on how long it's been out.
Bill is not going to be knocking on your door. Bill Shakespeare is not going to be like, hey, man, where's my cut?
Shakespeare's like great grandson is gonna be like, hey, I own the rights to
I need
this.
a cut.
But I'm sure Christopher Robin would not be happy with this trailer.
I know you're just trying to make a great character for kids. I love it. It's so fun. Can't wait to watch. It's probably be very campy and silly. Moving on to baby names. Obviously, movies and TV and celebrities influence baby names every year. And somehow, the name Thanos has entered the top 10 most popular Disney-inspired baby names. Not popular baby names, but Disney-inspired baby names.
But there are a lot of Disney names, so this is actually very surprising.
It's something like 4,000 people named their baby Thanos.
There's gonna be a lot of Thanoses in the next 5 years.
If you think about it, it's a badass name.
it's a cool name.
Thanos.
Oh man, because I don't know,
Thanos.
you would only think of Thanos if you saw it. If you met a kid named Thanos, I would just be like, "Your name Thanos."
Thanos, what do you want for dinner? Mac and cheese? Thanos, put that ball down.
Oh man, that's funny.
Thanos, put your gauntlet away.
Star-Lord, stop bullying Thanos.
Let's bring up Top Gun again.
Top Gun, we gotta hit the Top Gun reference.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
Second time.
This is Raiders of the Lost podcast, you know. Top Gun was released digitally, and it became the all-time best-selling digital release in history.
U.S. history.
Already. So people like the movie.
In 2 days.
In 2 days, people like the movie.
All right, Funko has just unveiled the Sopranos figures of the iconic cast. They are available for pre-order right now. Funko, they're always updating new designs and Funkos. And in addition to the Sopranos, I recently saw a Batman Beyond one, which you can get for pre-order too. So
I want
me and
that.
Anthony loved that cartoon when we were kids, so
It's
I
a
might have
great
to get
show.
that.
That would be sick on the set. We will have like 16 Batman things on the set.
I know, maybe less
within
Batman.
a month.
We look like a Batman podcast. It'd be cool to get Tony Soprano.
That would be sick. Next up, Shia LaBeouf. He was on, what's the actor's name? He's the Punisher right
John
now.
Bernthal.
John Bernthal has his own podcast, or Real Ones. He's doing a little better than ours.
It's cool that he has a podcast.
Yeah, it's interesting. But he had Shia LaBeouf on, and they talked for apparently like a couple hours. And Shia LaBeouf revealed that his movie Honey Boy, which he produced and wrote, which was based on his life, his father was portrayed as an abusive father and physically abusive to him. And then he admitted in the interview that his father never ever physically touched him or hurt him in any way, and he just did it for the film. So, and he regrets that he did that because it was like kind of like a lie version of his father. It wasn't the truthful version of his father.
It's a really interesting interview. I watched some of it and talking about addiction and how there's this big community of actors and celebrities that like fall into addiction, and they have a big system and support system to help people out. And Shia was talking about how his addiction led him down the path of being an abusive person in his relationships, and talking about his fall. So it's a pretty interesting interview. John Bernthal, I think, is a really cool guy to do stuff like this and to interview people who've fallen from grace in a lot of ways and have demons in their lives and have done bad things. I think it's interesting perspective to hear from both sides of the story. So
and they seem like they're pretty close because they worked on Fury together, and that was apparently, from what I read, a very bonding experience for all those guys.
it seems like Brolin is involved in this network of helping people.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It would be like, because like it's such a unique situation.
It's like AA for celebrities.
Yeah, because like not only are you an AA, but you're a celebrity you can't even walk out your front door without people wanting to go talk to you. So imagine that must be like its own completely different beast. And so that would make sense that like there's a community of them helping each other out.
Shia's been in the news a lot because of the Don't Worry Darling stuff that we talked about last week. And also, he just got cast in Francis Ford Coppola's Passion Project, Megalopolis. So he's cast in that film as well. Lots of controversies around that. I think maybe this is the jump for him trying to repair his image to get back into Hollywood.
I mean, Downey was a terrible person for a long time.
A lot of actors and a lot of celebrities.
Now he's
a lot of
beloved.
people
Yeah.
go down bad paths and
Yeah.
they're abusive, and I think it's important for people to try to change their ways.
Yeah, I mean, you want to give people a second chance, so why not see what happens?
It's tough, It's a controversial topic.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see what happens. But moving on to Scream 2, The Lost Boys, and more horror classics are coming to theaters this October.
Also, Trick or Treat and Halloween as
This
well.
is so cool. We were talking about this like a month ago. Like, we wish more studios would just re-release great classic films in theaters annually. Like, why the hell not? You have it. Just do it.
It doesn't cost anything.
You don't have to get a film reel anymore.
They need to send a flash card to the theater, and that's
digital
it.
copy. You'd be like, here, movie theater, play this for a week.
People would go, and like they're not going to be big hits, but like you can make like Spider-Man this week made $7 million.
E.T. made some money.
Yeah.
Jaws made some money.
Absolutely.
And it's just audience members, we love watching the same great movies over and over again.
You know what? That's great because like right now, there weren't that many good movies out in theaters, and like we only went to the things we were invited to because
we saw Jaws.
Yeah, and like if there were like cool old movies playing, I'd be at the theaters all the time.
Well, you can do stuff like at the New Beverly, but not a lot of people have access to theaters that play stuff like that.
Yeah, but like just for big chains to be able to play old movies, I think that is a great way to get audiences into theaters.
How complex could that marketing be? Just some Instagram posts and send
word of mouth does
send
itself.
a copy to 1,000 AMCs.
Let us know, and we'll tell you all.
Let's get in touch with Nicole Kidman. I'm sure she can make this work for AMC.
Oh, speaking of Nicole Kidman, there's the sequel of The Ad is underway. They're gonna film it soon.
I think she's writing it too.
She wrote it, yeah. Well, apparently she gave an interview and she said that AMC reached out to her and said they wanted to do a sequel to The Ad, and she said, I already wrote a sequel.
Hell yeah.
And they were like, let's go, let's fire it up.
I'm telling you, I've been pushing this for so long. I saw an image yesterday of this guy in the movie theater who was saluting it the whole time.
Yeah, he was just like...
There was like different people in the stands took photos of him and posted
It's
it.
amazing.
It's amazing. I think it's just a fun thing that's happening at AMC theaters right now is the Nicole Kidman ad and the raucous applause that the boys are giving her every time I go to a cinema. All the dudes just like, woo! It's so fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. I can't wait to see the next one. It's my most anticipated sequel.
We got some news on Brendan Fraser and Darren Aronofsky's The Whale. It's set to be released in December.
And it's premiering at the Venice Film Festival this week.
And Brendan Fraser apparently is going to be so good in this movie, he's going to be a contender for an Oscar. Can you imagine if Brendan Fraser won an Academy Award? How awesome
I don't see
that
it.
would be.
I could definitely see it happen. The thing, Aronofsky, he gets great performances out of his actors. And Aronofsky, I think, is one of the most interesting filmmakers working today. All of his movies are just his own friggin' thing. He never does the studio system. His movies are always just completely unique and wholly his own. I think he's so fascinating as a director and a writer. But he always gets great performances out of his actors. And I think I would say if Brendan Fraser, he might be really hungry. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, the character is definitely
no
hungry.
pun intended, but like hungry for like creatively.
Well, I think
creatively
I read
hungry.
that Aronofsky casted Fraser because he wanted to do a reinvention of an actor or a recreation,
like The Wrestler.
kind of with Mickey Rourke. Yeah, exactly. Someone who has fallen from fame, sort of, but like is on the come up, and they're coming back and making a comeback.
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting. It's the same thing with Downey with Iron Man.
I mean, no one expected Mickey Rourke to ever give a performance like that in any movie, and then The Wrestler, he was unbelievable.
I mean, just think of Jared Leto in Requiem for a Dream. He's incredible in that movie,
Yeah.
and just every performance. You're right.
Jennifer Lawrence
and
in
Mother.
Mother's insane. Yeah,
So he does. You're right. Pull out amazing. He's like David O. Russell. He gets the best out of his actors.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
Thanks, man. I thought of it.
But I'm really looking forward to it. Also, so Venice Film Festival is pretty packed with some cool movies. Bones and All, Luca Guadagnino's new film starring Chalamet just premiered yesterday. And then Tar, Cate Blanchett, her new film, got a 7-minute standing ovation.
She's about to get her third Oscar.
Maybe. Todd Field's great director, and I saw the trailer. I've seen some of the marketing. It looks fantastic. I think Kate is one of the best actors to ever live.
That's why I was so disappointed when that headline, remember, a couple
Marvel
weeks,
star.
Marvel actor Cate Blanchett's new film Tar. I'm like, oh my god, this woman has 2 Oscars.
2-time Oscar winner. No, Marvel star.
Marvel
She
star.
was in 30 minutes of a Marvel movie.
She's great.
Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to this movie. I think, and apparently she's playing like a very tumultuous, like negative kind of person, like a very dominant person, and like I can't wait to see her.
She's a maestro.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her tackle this role, and it looks like a really interesting project.
Ty West's ex-prequel, Pearl, got first images to tease this film starring Mia Goth.
Yeah.
Mia Goth. Really interesting. She's like making out with a scarecrow, and
yeah,
she looks like she's about to push a woman in a wheelchair in the lake that has the alligator. So it looks pretty cool.
I'm watching as little as I can of marketing for this because I can't wait. Although he never really reveals too much in his trailers, but I want to walk into it completely unknown.
Comes out September this month.
Interesting. Next up, Pedro Almodovar, one of my favorite directors. He just finished production on his Pedro Pascal and Ethan Hawke film, where they play gay lovers. They actually filmed it in only like 2.5 weeks. They filmed it super fast.
I don't know if it's a feature length. I think it's like
It's a short film.
It's like 40 minutes or something like that.
But it's not like a 10-minute short. It's like a sizable film.
Well, technically, short films max length usually is around 40 to 50 minutes for like if you're like submitting to a festival or something. But you're less likely to be accepted into a short film festival because they want shorter movies to play to have more opportunities.
Yeah.
But like a short film can run for 50 minutes.
Almodovar can make it as long as he wants.
He's like, it's like I'll do whatever the hell I want.
But I can't wait to see them on screen together. It's a great pairing. And another great pairing with Ethan Hawke, which looks terrific. Ewan McGregor and Ethan Hawke are playing brothers in this film called Raymond and Ray. And they've just released images of the film, and there's no really synopsis, no trailer yet, but there's an image of Ethan Hawke and Ewan McGregor. They look like brothers. They look a lot alike.
They do look a lot alike when you think about it.
And when you have, they're both profiled, and you're like, they're in the same frame. It's like, wow, they really do look like they're related. So, I mean, what another great pairing. Ethan Hawke is just like, I think everyone wants to work with him, honestly.
This is the most on fire he's ever been in his career, and he's had a great career.
Well, I think like, the thing with actors is when they have families, they kind of slow down work-wise while they're raising families. And then when their kids grow up, become adults, then they have more free time to go back into the craft of acting.
Yeah, I think yes and no.
No, but I'm saying they're still acting, but not as often as they normally would have been.
True, but also there's something about like a middle-aged actor that's super talented, that's kind of transcending audiences and connecting with every generation, kind of like Brad Pitt.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. Ethan Hawke's definitely tapping into... Every generation loves this guy.
Yeah, young people like him a lot.
And you're right. He's working more than he did before. But there's something about like that middle-aged actor when they hit like 45, 50, if they got the chops and they're just like...
They look a little more grizzled and a little more weathered.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's something appealing about that to more audiences.
Also, he's just awesome.
He's the man.
Yeah.
It's Handsome Hawk.
It's Handsome Hawk.
Handsome Hawk. Moving on to Alejandro Iñárritu news. His new film, Bardo, or False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths. Thanks. His first poster for that film has just come out, and we're obviously huge fans of this two-time Oscar-winning director. And it's
back to back too.
It's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So last I checked, it's 47% Rotten Tomatoes score. So I'm even more enticed to see this movie because you know how we feel about Rotten Tomatoes. But like it's Alejandro Iñárritu, and you're
like you're one of the best directors of all time.
Are you kidding me? There's no way this movie's rotten. Like get the hell out of here, RT. I'm more enticed to see this movie. Obviously, we're gonna see it, but So the first poster came out. Check it out. It looks beautiful.
So there's a big movie.
Comes out September 1st.
Oh, cool. We'll be there. So very soon.
Well, it's out now, but like limited release.
Limited release. Okay, we'll have to watch it soon. There's a new movie about a subject you would really enjoy watching, Jim. The AMC to the moon.
Yeah.
So people wrote a script and it's in pre-production. And the cast. So this movie's called Dumb
Money.
Dumb Money. This cast is insane. Sebastian Stan, Pete Davidson, Seth Rogen, and Paul Dano are going to be playing major roles in this film about the trend of AMC stock rising in 2020.
I wonder how honest they're going to be to what really happened behind the scenes. I wonder how honest they're going to be from both perspectives in terms of what Wall Street was doing to try to stop everything that was happening. And
I bet
the shady sides.
It seems like the perfect thing for Adam McKay to make. You know what I mean?
True.
So maybe
if he goes after Wall Street, I'm very enticed about this.
So hopefully, I hope you're right. I hope they show like the really dirty side,
truth of like what Wall Street was
trying to do. Yeah, they tried to stop it from. They tried to stop.
They're still trying to stop it.
They're always trying to stop the small person from gaining any kind of wealth.
It's ironic because what Wall Street has been doing for the last 100 years, Reddit community did it. To them,
and they were like, and then even politicians were like, "We gotta stop this."
It's nuts.
It's unbelievable.
It blew my mind when it was going on.
Yeah,
how against it everyone was.
And then
that's what Wall Street does to all of us.
And then every news channel was interviewing like wealthy billionaire investors and stockbrokers, and they're like giving them this platform to say we need to stop this. And it's like, what, stop people from making money?
Yeah,
like stopping the small person from trying to get some kind of footing.
It's nuts. And it's actually not really about the AMC. It's about the GME. It's about GameStop. Because GameStop
GameStop was the first one.
That was the stock. I mean, it's not just the first one. It went from $1 to $400 in like a week.
So yeah, that's what it's about. GameStop.
So, GameStop.
I got mixed up.
AMC just piggybacked on it. Didn't have the same effect. But if you got in that month, holy crap! Like if you were on the Reddit and you were like invested in that, people made millions. There's the one dude who put down like $50,000 on GameStop because he saw this short and he saw this squeeze. He made like, it was something like $15-20 million, maybe more, and he was being attacked and under investigation.
I saw he was interviewed a few times. People were like,
he had to go to court.
Wealthy investors were like, this guy is a criminal. This guy is like a criminal. He needs to be stopped.
He's like, I just saw what you guys do. And what they did was shorting the stock anyways.
Yeah.
He just saw
billionaires are always shorting stocks and getting people to invest in something to drive up the price. Then they all secretly sell it, and then the small numbers who invested like life savings, then they lose everything.
Because he bought the stock when they squeezed it so low, and then he bought so many shares of it that they had to pay him what they bought it at, and so they had to pay him like a crap load of money per share. So
good for him.
It's nuts. So hopefully they're honest about it.
Sticking it to the man.
Anyways, moving on to a new Western called Dead for a Dollar, starring Christoph Waltz and Willem Dafoe. It comes to theaters on September 30th.
Yeah, so it's great to see Christoph back in a Western.
He just fits.
He fits it. And he's playing the hero, and Dafoe's playing the villain. It looks really cool.
When was the last time Dafoe was in a Western?
In a Western? I can't remember. Not that I recall.
He seems to fit great as a Western. I bet you he's a great villain in a Western. I bet he's the villain.
He looks great. Hellraiser finally released the new image of their new Pinhead. Jamie Clayton is taking over the role of Pinhead. This reboot hits Hulu on October 7th. So for fans of the Hellraiser franchise, get ready for October.
Hellraiser Origins reboot. Prequel series. Prequel Origins reboot. Hellraiser.
Where did Pinhead get their pins? Walmart.
I mean, Hellraiser is a cool movie. Yeah. I'm curious to see how they're going to approach it because the character is a demon that lures people to the house, but we'll see. Yeah. Joker, the sequel, Joker Folie à Deux, casts Brendan Gleeson. There's no word yet on what his role will be. Very exciting news. I can't remember what outlet it was. I think it was IGN. They were like, posted a photo of Mad Eye Moody, and they're like, Brendan Gleeson's cast in Joker Folie à Deux. I'm like, that's Mad Eye Moody.
He's like,
post a photo of Brendan Gleeson.
He's Ireland's most famous actor.
I know you want to get likes, but it's Brendan Gleeson. The guy is great. It's okay to post him. He's got a mechanical eye in the photo.
He's one of the most famous actors in the UK.
Not Brendan Gleeson. That's Mad Eye Moody. I'm like, what is wrong? I know you want engagement, but Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It's fucking Mad Eye Moody. Is Mad Eye Moody going to be in Joker?
John Krasinski's follow-up to A Quiet Place franchise, If, is starring Ryan Reynolds and Steve Carell. It's just started production. The cast is stacked. He's got Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Bobby Moynihan, Fiona Shaw, Louis Gossett Jr., Alan Kim, and Kaylee Fleming. This movie is going to be coming out next year. He also tapped Steven Spielberg's cinematographer, Janusz Kaminski, amazing cinematographer. So it's gonna look stunning.
Krasinski is I think he's just about to project upwards. Like
what he showed with those two movies. Also, but like to have Kaczynski, it's funny because it's Krasinski and then the cinematographer is Kavinsky.
And then we have Joseph Kosinski.
But he's Spielberg's cinematographer. And he's one of the best working today. So to get that guy to shoot your movie, that's a big deal.
Just the talent he's got around him now is incredible. It's so cool. Love the guy. Jim, look how far he's come from Scranton selling paper. Medieval.
What about Pam?
That's a new trailer. She's doing sales, man. Medieval trailer starring Ben Foster shows his bloody path to glory. I love medieval movies. Ben Foster, I don't know if he's ever been in a medieval film, but he just fits the mold. He seems like he's going to be cool.
Yeah. Was he not? He wasn't in Outlaw King?
Ben Foster?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No. It was Aaron Taylor Johnson was in that. Yeah. He played his sidekick. Next up, really cool news. Han Solo's blaster from the original trilogy was put in auction. and it sold for $1 million.
That's pretty cool.
So it's one of the most famous movie props of all time.
And it's real and works. Just kidding. There's no blasters in real life.
Or as I like to call them, laser guns.
Laser guns. Another bit of news, there's a new movie coming out. It's called The Good Nurse. It tells the really interesting true story of Charles Cullen, played by Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Rainman. Make it rain. Rainman.
He was a nurse who killed swaths of patients in New Jersey across a 16-year career, probably the most prolific serial killer in recorded history. Never even heard of this guy. Jessica Chastain stars alongside him as Amy Loren, a fellow nurse who begins to suspect that her unassuming coworker might be behind a spate of mysterious patient deaths. So I'm sure this was a true crime story that blew up in podcasts, and then they tapped the co-writer of Last Night in Soho, and she wrote the film. I can't remember her name, so I'm pretty excited to check this out. And we love serial killer movies, and I had no idea this existed, so I'm going to have to listen to some podcasts.
Yeah, Eddie Rainman is a really talented actor. But Make it rain. He seems like he would play a great serial killer.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the FX show starring Donald Gleason and Steve Carell called, was it Psychotherapist?
The Therapist.
The Therapist. That looks like a really cool show.
The Patient. Yeah.
Where he's a serial killer
cool.
and he's kidnapped his therapist and he's got him in a basement.
So yeah, so Donald Gleason plays a serial killer who goes to...
I mean, Charlie Weasley. I'm sorry.
Charlie Weasley. No, General Hux.
No, it's Bill Weasley.
General Hux.
Is it Bill or Charlie?
He plays Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Charlie we never meet.
Charlie's in Egypt.
Bill takes his stakes on the rare side now.
So Donald is a serial killer, and he goes to Steve Carell's therapist to seek help. And then Steve Carell obviously is like, I need to turn this guy in. So then Donald Gleason kidnaps him and keeps him trapped in his home to seek treatment to continue therapy sessions. And that's the setup for the show. It looks really cool.
It does look really cool.
Shut up. Amanda would love to hear this news that Tusk is getting a sequel.
Is it Origins for the Doctor?
It's Tusk, more Tusks. No, it's a sequel, not a prequel. But Justin Lin is returning.
What? Justin Long.
Sorry.
What's he gonna...
He's still gonna be the walrus.
I'm not watching this. I'm sorry. I get queasy just thinking about
we know
the ending of that.
We know Amanda's watching it.
What the hell? Oh my god. Whatever, dude.
Hey, I'm happy that Kevin Smith's still working. He's a great guy.
Gross. Well, he just made Clerks 3.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying. I think it's awesome that he's still making movies.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Shut up.
Sorry, I'm just so silly today.
You feisty today.
All right, George Miller revealed that his Furiosa script, which is being shot right now, was ready before he even shot Mad Max Fury Road. So it's so cool that he's already mapped out this entire world with prequels, sequels, and his new generation of Mad Max films. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he's not just trying to capitalize on the success of Mad Max. Like, he already had this planned out.
Which means that it's probably going to be a great script. Just like if he made Mad Max, that's so cool. And then Furiosa at the same time or before.
Hopefully, it can be on the same level as Happy Feet.
Hopefully, you just can't write that, dude. This is a perfect movie.
Rian Johnson is doing some press, and he said that he's actually even more proud than ever of Star Wars: The Last Jedi. And he's very protective of the film. And he said that he pulled off what he was intending with the movie.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting destroyed online from Star Wars haters. It's pretty funny. But hey, we love Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
I love him.
I like The Last Jedi.
We're huge fans of Rian Johnson, have been for a while. Looper, that's one of my favorite sci-fi films that's come out in the last 10 years. It's so original. And I mean, what he did with Knives Out is awesome. So he's just a great director.
Yeah, I love him. I like The Last Jedi. I don't think it's as bad as everyone thinks.
We've been following his career for a long time. Ever since
Brothers Bloom.
Brick. And then Brick with JGL.
Brick was first, though, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Cannot wait for Knives Out. Glass Out.
Also, he directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
He directed the Ozymandias.
Fly and Ozymandias.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to our final bit of news, which is maybe the most exciting. Old Boy, one of our all-time favorite movies and one of the best South Korean films ever, is getting the original from Park Chan-wook, not the 2013
It's getting an
Hollywood.
origin story.
It's getting a re-release for its 20th year anniversary. It'll be coming out, obviously, next year in 2023. There's no date yet, but we cannot wait to check this out. And we highly implore you, if you've never seen Old Boy,
implore you,
or if you've only seen it a couple of times,
desperately implore.
Go see it in theaters. It's epic.
In theaters,
it's like top 20 on my list for sure. I love it. It might be my favorite non-English speaking movie.
It's got one of the best endings of all time.
It's Awesome.
Also up there with greatest twists ever in movie history.
Incredible. All right, that wraps movie news number 63. Episodes for Monday. Tomorrow, we have our final episode in Star Wars Original Trilogy. We are doing episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. Lots of fun. Tuesday, House of the Dragon. Then Thursday, we have Anton Chigurh Analyzing Evil. It's a great episode.
It's my favorite one we've done.
You don't want to miss
for a
that
while.
one. It was such a great discussion, and we had so much fun talking about him. And then obviously Saturday will be Rings of Power, episode 3, finishing my sandwiches. There we go.
I knew you'd say that.
And then we're back at it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week after that.
Right back at it.
You know it.
See y'all there.
Take care. Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts, and be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.